A $30 toothpaste and a $1 toothpaste can clean your teeth with the exact same active ingredient. One just wraps it in a prettier tube and charges 40 times more. 5 of the most expensive toothpastes on the shelf are robbing you blind, and your dentist already knows it. A few of them skip the single ingredient proven to stop cavities. Others copy a $2 formula and glue a luxury label on top. 3 cheap tubes quietly beat every one of them. The brands betting you will never flip the box over and read the back panel are about to lose that bet. Picture the exact moment this gets you. You are standing in the aisle, the fluorescent light humming overhead, holding 2 tubes. One is plain and costs $1. One is gorgeous, foreign, $30. And somewhere in the back of your head, a quiet little voice insists the expensive one must be better for your teeth. That voice is the entire business model. That voice is wrong. And by the end of this, you will never hear it the same way again. One number decides this whole aisle. Fluoride, somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500 parts per million, plus the ADA seal of acceptance printed on the box. That is the entire science of not getting cavities. Every dentist, every major review, every decade of data lands on the same place. A 2019 Cochrane review looked across dozens of trials and found the protection comes from the fluoride, not the brand, not the flavor, not the price. The FDA even regulates fluoride toothpaste as an actual anti-cavity drug, with a required strength stamped on the box. Hold that number in your head, because 4 of these 5 brands are counting on you to forget it the second the packaging gets pretty. Start at number 5, Marvis. $13 for a small Italian tube that looks like it belongs behind glass in an art gallery. The flavor is genuinely lovely. The vintage packaging is gorgeous. People line it up on the bathroom shelf like a collectible, so flip it over and read the part nobody photographs. The active ingredient is sodium fluoride at 1,450 parts per million. That is the same active at the same strength as a $2 Colgate sitting one shelf down. You are not buying stronger protection. You are buying a beautiful tube and the small thrill of owning it. Ask a dentist what is actually inside it and watch them shrug. One told a patient flat out, "It is the same fluoride, you are paying for the tube." Marvis is not dangerous. It is just expensive paint wrapped around identical chemistry, and it is the gentlest trick in this entire video. Because number 4 stops being charming and starts pretending to be medicine. His Smile, $20, sold by every influencer with a ring light and a discount code, promising a dramatically whiter smile in a matter of days. Here is the reality. Its whitening runs on a cosmetic agent that sits on the surface of the enamel, lifts stains for a little while, then fades almost as fast as it appeared. Stop brushing with it for 2 weeks and the brightness walks right back out the door, because nothing structural ever changed. You did not fix the color of your teeth. You leased it. And it gets worse, because several of its formulas have skipped meaningful fluoride entirely. The one thing your mouth actually needs is the exact thing they left out to chase a camera-ready glow. You hand over $20 to look treated while staying completely unprotected. That is the worst trade in the aisle. Maximum price, minimum protection, dressed up as self-care. That is bad. Number 3 is just insulting. Twice. Around $12, wrapped in celebrity cool and soft wellness language about balancing your oral microbiome. Strip away the branding and the buzzwords, and you find, one more time, standard fluoride at a standard strength, the same quiet molecule doing the same job it does in the cheap blue tube. The microbiome talk is a story written for your wallet. The fluoride is the only part doing the work. You are handing over 4 times the price for a famous name, a calmer font, and a nicer-smelling marketing department, and your enamel genuinely cannot tell the difference. Here is the test that exposes it. Cover the box, read only the active ingredients, and twice becomes indistinguishable from the tube your dentist hands out for free. The story is the only thing you are buying, and stories do not stop cavities. Now it stops being funny at all. Number 2, Theodent, $25. And its entire pitch is that it replaces fluoride with a patented compound built from a chocolate extract. It sounds futuristic. It photographs beautifully. Here is the problem you need to sit with. Fluoride carries the ADA seal and roughly 70 years of hard proof that it prevents decay in real human mouths. This replacement does not carry that seal for cavity prevention, and the independent, long-term evidence behind it is thin. Read the fine print, and the bold cavity claims get very quiet, replaced by softer words like supports and helps. The exact language brands reach for when the hard proof is not there. So, you are paying $25 to swap the single most tested ingredient in the history of dentistry for a marketing molecule. And you are betting your actual teeth on the trade. That is not innovation. That is a gamble with your money on one side and your enamel on the other. Which brings us to number 1, the most expensive insult on the shelf. Luxury fragrance toothpaste, the Lebanon-style tubes that run $30 and climb from there, sold in perfume-grade packaging with breathless copy about rare flavors and artisan craft. Read the box and brace yourself, because a striking number of these luxury tubes contain no fluoride at all. Run your eyes down the ingredient panel looking for the one word that matters, fluoride, and on tube after tube, it simply is not there. You are paying $30+ for scented paste that does precisely nothing against the one thing toothpaste exists to prevent. It is a status object that happens to live next to your sink. And notice the pattern, because it has held across all 5. The richer the story printed on the front, the emptier the protection on the back. Every tube on this side of the aisle is selling you a feeling instead of your teeth. Everything flips now, because if the expensive shelf is a magic trick, the cheap shelf is the part nobody on earth is paid to tell you about. 3 tubes, every single one under $5, every single one carrying that magic number and that ADA seal. Watch how fast the price stops mattering once you know what to look for. First, Crest Pro Health, about $4. It uses stannous fluoride, a form that pulls double duty. It hardens enamel against cavities, and it fights the bacteria behind gum inflammation and morning breath at the same time. It carries the ADA seal. For $4, you are getting protection that the $25 chocolate tube cannot prove it matches. This is the tube dentists actually keep in their own bathrooms, not the one they photograph for the shelf. It is not the budget compromise. It is quietly the upgrade, and it just happens to cost almost nothing. Second, plain Colgate cavity protection. $3 to $4. The boring blue box your dentist has been handing out at the end of cleanings for decades. Sodium fluoride at 1,450 parts per million. ADA seal. It is the exact same active ingredient hiding inside that $13 Marvis tube, sold without the art gallery markup attached. Same chemistry, same strength, same result, a tenth of the price. Boring has been beating beautiful this whole time, and the only reason you never noticed is that boring does not buy billboards. And if you want the shortcut, the back of the box is the only test that matters. Look for fluoride between 1,000 and 1,500 ppm, and look for the ADA seal. To make it dead simple, there is a free one-page cheat sheet linked below that lists exactly what to look for and which traps to walk past, so you can stand in the aisle and decide in 10 seconds flat. Print it, screenshot it, take it shopping, and you will never get talked into a pretty tube again. Which leaves the best one for last. And it is the one that should genuinely end this entire industry. The store brand. Equate at Walmart, up and up at Target, the plain generic tube that costs right around $1. Flip it over. Sodium fluoride, 1,450 parts per million. ADA seal of acceptance, printed right there. It is, ingredient for ingredient, seal for seal, the same proven protection as everything else in this video. Set the dollar tube and the $30 tube side by side and cover the labels. And not a single dentist alive could tell you which one protects your teeth better, because the honest answer is neither. They are equal. $1 against $30, and the $1 tube does not lose a single round. The cheapest thing on the shelf is the scientific equal of the most expensive, and it has been sitting there in a plain box the whole time, waiting for you to read it. So here is the truth the pretty tubes will never print on the front. Expensive toothpaste is not the enemy. Mistaking marketing for medicine is. Your enamel cannot read a price tag. It cannot smell a luxury flavor. It does not care about a celebrity's name or a chocolate molecule or a perfume-grade cap. It responds to exactly one number and one seal, and together those cost about $1. Every single dollar you spend past that buys you packaging, a story, and the quiet satisfaction of being robbed extremely politely. Walk into that aisle once knowing the number, and the spell breaks for good. You stop reading the front of the box, and you start reading the back, where the only honest sentence on the whole package has been hiding the entire time. And toothpaste is only the first aisle they have rigged. Because if a $1 tube can go round for round with a $30 one, wait until you see exactly what the $300 electric toothbrush is actually doing compared to the $10 one in the next video. Flip just one box over tonight before you forget. You will never shop this aisle blind again.